Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be focusing on the new Huda Beauty highlight palettes. Ooh, so these are yet to be released and they are definitely popping all over Instagram, and I know a lot of you guys have questions about them and you guys want to see them swatched. So I'm going to go ahead and get into that. It is going to be a review and swatches. I will be showing you guys arm swatches at the end of the video, but it is mainly going to be face swatches. So I'm going to go ahead and first talk a little bit about what the palettes are and the pricing, when they're planning to be released. From what I know, they're going to be released next month, which is April, and they are going to retail for $45 a palette. I am almost sure that these palettes are going to be sold for the most part on Shophudabeauty.com and possibly in some Sephora stores, kind of like what happened with the Huda Beauty Rose Gold eyeshadow palette. Pretty sure shipping's gonna be up there, so I'm thinking that with shipping and with the palette price, it's going to come around maybe like $60 in total to get them. So to get one of the palettes, but you could always buy another one like that. You could save money on shipping. That's like the thing that I would do. It's annoying. I know a lot of people don't like to do that, but if you know, if I get free shipping for a few dollars extra and shipping's like $20, I'd rather just buy something. So there are two palettes. This is the Pink Sands edition, and then I'll show them to you guys up close in a little bit. And then this is the Golden Sands edition. I'm not going to get too technical about how much product there is in the pans and whatnot. I will just say that from the appearance of it, it looks like you get a pretty decent good amount of product. You get 4 really big pans. I will say that these colors look like they could be very diverse on different skin tones. This is like my favorite one. This is the one that I would recommend for tanner and darker skin tones. This is the Golden Sands edition. Let's get a little bit into packaging. I think packaging is gorgeous. I love how like it's almost like holographic, and when you move it, the colors really pop out. I think that there was a lot of effort and a lot of creativity put into the packaging. Price wise, $45 for 4 shades. I think that's pretty decent. You know, a lot of glow palettes and a lot of just highlighting palettes in general are like in the 40s, so I think this is pretty average. I don't think it's anything too crazy. If you want to compare it to regular single pans, like the highlighters are $22 and you get, so you'd spend $44 for 2. And other highlighters that I have bought in, like Laura Geller, I think that one's about $20. Granted, that's a beautiful highlighter, but you know, it's like in the $20 to $30. My Too Faced highlighters were $30, I believe, for one, and those are like amazing, and the packaging is beautiful on those too, but it's still $30. So I think the price is fair. I think the packaging is beautiful. It kind of reminds me of a CD cover. It does come in this little plastic container if you want to keep it nice and pretty, which I plan on doing. And yeah, now let's go ahead and talk about the shades and the palettes. So when you open the palette up, it has here like 4 steps. Step 1, apply Capri as a base to smooth skin. So one of the shades in these palettes, in both of them, they're cream. And then it says step 2, you know, basically to get the highlighting powder, put it on top of the cream. And then you have, these come with like a sculpting shade and a blush shade. So a blush shade. So this is a sculpting shade. I don't really know how this would be used to sculpt. I'm assuming this is just an alternative highlighter, and then to me this is a blush. So basically cream, highlights, a blush. And let's look at the Golden Sands one. This one does have a color that for me would be a bronzer, but for someone who's a little bit darker or tanner, this could be a highlight. So you have your cream, Fiji, which by the way, this color is beautiful. Then you have powder, highlighters, and then you have a blush here, which is called Zanzibar. And these are all named after beaches, which I think is really cute. So now that I have broke that down to you guys, broke it down, I'm gonna go ahead and apply on one face, one side, on the other side of my face, the other palette. I hope you guys are okay with that. And I'm gonna start off with the palette I have yet to use, which is the Pink Sands edition, and these have the lighter shades. So a lot of people aren't really into cream highlights. I'm picking up Capri with my finger just like this and warming it up first. But I think that they're coming back in style, and I think that if you take the extra step to use a cream highlighter, it could really come out really pretty and you will be happy with the results. But they are difficult to work with. I know some people are just into straight up all powder highlights, but this is how the palette is, so let's go ahead and test it out. So I'm applying the color Capri on the top of my cheekbones. By the way, the creams in these palettes are really nice. The formula feels exactly the same to the palette that I did use, which is the gold one. So this is how the cream looks by itself. I'm gonna go ahead and apply it a little bit on the bridge of my nose. Well, I don't know if I would recommend doing that though, because I just saw all this texture build up on my nose. Maybe just on the tip. This is pretty though, to apply it right on your cupid's bow, and then a little bit on my forehead to warm it up. Like personally, I really like the cream highlight. I think it's a nice touch. I think it makes it different. Not a lot of highlight palettes come with cream, so I like it. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Santorini, which seems way too light for me, but I'm gonna use a fan brush for this palette. And Santorini, like when you look at it in the light, it looks kind of iridescent. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply it on top of Capri, and it just kind of sticks to it. The quality seems there as far as the powder sticking to the cream highlight. That's actually really pretty. Ooh, so now I am going to get Azores, and this is under the cheekbones to add dimension and shape. Azores is a really light gold shade. I'm actually gonna use Azores. It's really, really light. I don't think that's gonna add any dimension. I'm just gonna apply it kind of directly on top of Santorini and really build this highlight up. This adds more of a gold touch. Ooh, I look like a Tin Man. Oh God. This is so bold. This is really bold. I wasn't expecting this. I think this is a good sign because it means that you won't have a problem building up the product if you want to. It did not take much for me. It didn't take many swatches for me to get this super, super bright highlight. You know, and the thing good about highlights is if you ever want to tone it down, you just kind of have to brush it off, I feel. Kind of like the super pop-in cheek highlight though, not gonna lie. Alright, just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna go ahead and get the gold shade Azores and apply it in the inner corner of my eye. I do already have something there. Let's just see how it applies on top. Looks pretty. And I'm gonna go right underneath my brow bone as well. I'm gonna use my pinky for this. Oh, that's very pretty. Alright, so that is the highlights. Now I'm gonna be using the blush, which is Ibiza. And I'm gonna go ahead and just apply this on the cheeks, the apple of my cheeks. And this shade, looking at it, it reminds me of Orgasm by NARS. It's just really like pinky and sheer and very like almost glittery. It just has this like thing to it that just makes it really nice. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Oh, this is more like a highlight. Yeah, this is a highlight. This is not blushy at all. This is definitely a highlight. Like once I applied it to my face, it has a pretty look. I just think this is basically another highlight. You could use it like as a blush to complement, like I did right now, but it's definitely like, it has metallic in it. Maybe I'm not used to it. I use more matte blushes with a little bit of shimmer in them. I think most blushes are like that, but this is more of a glowy blush. I'm not gonna lie though, this looks really pretty. So my first impression on this palette is that it's a very pretty palette. I think the cream is very pretty. I think Santorini and our Azores are extremely pigmented and definitely up there as far as getting that highlight pop in. I think they're bomb. This color right here, Ibiza, I think for a blush, it might be a little bit too metallic for my taste, but I could see it being really cute if you're like going out clubbing and you want to be going out at night and you want to be super poppin'. Maybe for a day look it'd be too much for me, but it's very pretty. And basically this is like blush slash highlight, which is nice because you're getting kind of a lot. If you think about it, these 4 shades, you could do a lot with them. So I really like this palette. Now let's go ahead and try the gold palette on this matte side of my face, which the gold palette speaks a little bit more to me just because I like gold tones. So I'm excited to use it. I'm going to go ahead and do the same exact thing. I'm picking up the color Fiji. In this palette we have this gold right here called Fiji, and I'm going to apply it again. Tops of my cheekbones. This side of my face is a little bit more chubby than this side, so just saying. Alright, so that's like blending into my skin really nicely. It just kind of melts away. I'm applying a little bit more to really build it up. Alright, so that is how I got Fiji on my cheeks. I don't think I could get it more pigmented than that. I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit more right there. And now let's go ahead and apply a little bit on this side of my forehead. Let me buff out whatever is on my lips. That's very pretty on the lips. Very pretty on the lips. Ooh, I just added it to the bottom lip. Looks popping. And I'm not even gonna bother too much with my nose. I'm just gonna do that. Maybe my chin. Okay, so now let's go on top with the shades. Let's use this color right here. I can't pronounce this. I'm sorry. Seychelles. I'm just gonna Google it. How to pronounce
Seychelles. Seychelles. French version is Seychelles. Seychelles. Subscribe to our channel.
Seychelles. I'm going to be applying Seychelles on this side of my face, and to be fair, I am going to use a fan brush. I guess I will use this tapered brush that I have here from Sigma on my forehead, but I think that the fan brush is the way to go with this palette. I'm going to go ahead and get some. Yeah, that just makes it pop. Let's compare them a little bit. This is more of a, I would say, wider, lighter shade, and this has a tint more of gold. Wider. This reminds me of Forever Lit in the Nicole Guerrero Anastasia palette, and this is just very gold. It's almost like a yellowy gold. Alright, that was easy. And that shit looks like insane. Alright, a little bit on the forehead. Ooh, I got a pimple up here. I'm highlighting my pimple up here. I'm really bad with forehead highlights. Like, I could never get my highlight on my forehead pop, and I need to add this crazy amount. There we go. That's kind of, it looks a little crazy, but the pigment is there. Now let's go on my nose. Ooh, looking like a Tin Man. Okay, now I'm going to be moving on to the bronzer in this palette, which is called Tahiti. So to me, Tahiti is definitely, it looks bronzier. Here it is on my skin tone. It kind of blends into my skin tone. It's cute. Let me swatch it real quick on the back of my arm so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. Do you guys see how it just literally, I mean, let's compare it to, it's literally right there. You just can't see it because it looks like my skin tone. So I'm going to go ahead and bronze up my face with this. You see, this is a color that I would definitely use to bronze up my face. Because like, it's almost my skin color. The bronziness of it looks almost like very natural. And I feel like I could build and build and build this bronzer up, and it'll just like look very nice. Now this blush looks like it'd be better for me. This is Zanzibar. And I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of dust this brush off and pick up the pink in this palette, smile, and apply it. Yeah, this even looks like it'd be a better blush for me. I don't know if the pink in this one is less metallic. I don't think so. I think it's just as metallic. It's just the shade of this pink on my skin looks more like a blush than the other palette. So I would basically say this is for tanner to dark skin tones, and this palette is for light skin tones, right? That just kind of makes sense. And I really like it. I think it looks very pretty. I think if this was all over my face, I would totally rock it like every single day. It looks good. This side is just a little bit metallic-y, and I don't know how I feel about forehead highlights after this video, but I, in general, really think that these palettes are nice. So that was my application of them, and as far as how I like them, I really like them. Out of 10, I would probably give them an 8. Probably not a full 10, just because I don't feel like the first one, Pink Sands, I just don't know if this works for everybody as far as skin tone wise, you know? But they're very beautiful palettes, and I really like them, and I'll probably be using this one a lot. So that was kind of my take on it. I'll go ahead and finish the video with some swatches on my hand, although there's plenty on Instagram that are probably better than mine, and I hope that these face swatches helped you guys a bit. This fan brush right here is from Jouer Cosmetics. It is an NG355, and I do have a discount code with BeBella. It is Alvajvel, I believe, and you do get 10% off. Yes, you get 10% off. That is an affiliate code, so if you use it, thank you very much. I appreciate it. The other brush that I use, this one is from Wet n Wild, and that is all. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like these swatch videos and you guys like how I apply it on my face, let me know down below in the comments. Give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate it so much. If you guys want to see more regular swatches on my arm, let me know that too down below in the comments. And if you're not subscribed to my channel and you'd like to be, please go ahead and subscribe. It would help me out so much. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys there. Bye.